For the Christians in the United States to understand, those who need your help is the real Christian, and they are not Jewish, they are Palestinians. You cannot be Jewish and a Christian. You are a Christian or not a Christian. And the real Christian here is Palestinians, and they need their support and help. Another point about these Christian Palestinians that U.S. need to support and encourage is the Israelis are trying to portray the Palestinians are Muslim extreme Hamas terrorists in the United States, and neglecting that there are Palestinian Christians who are following Jesus Christ and following the non-violence, the message of Jesus Christ of non-violence. And the Israelis are trying to reduce the Christian population here. They are trying to encourage them to leave and to make them very small or disappear, and to raise the voice of the Muslim and to portray the Palestinian as Muslim terrorists. So for that reason, we need the Christian in the United States to encourage, support, build churches, build villages of Christians here, because they are coming to speak about the way of Jesus Christ of non-violence and peace, and that's what Israelis don't want. Israelis don't want peace, and these Christians are ready to speak and to make peace. So we need the Christian United States to come and visit Palestinians and see what they need and help them and enlarge their community and make their voice big and power, bring it to the United States. I have adopted parents who adopted me while I was in prison. In 1997, old couple from Pax Christi who live in St. Paul, Minnesota, decided to adopt me, and I agreed. And they went to the court and they adopted me. And by this adoption, they allowed them to come and visit me in prison, and they come to visit me from 98 to 2004, every year twice. So in spite of this adoption, I cannot go and visit them in the United States, and they're coming here each year to visit me. While I was in prison, I asked the Israeli authorities to cancel my citizenship in Israel. I don't want to be Israeli citizen anymore. I don't believe in this democracy. I don't want to be part of a state who call me traitor and a spy. I don't want to be in a state who are not respecting my Christianity. So I asked them to cancel my citizenship. Their answer is, we cannot cancel your citizenship until you will have another citizenship. So I'm now here, still Israeli citizen, but yet cannot leave the country, cannot go and visit my adopted parents and my friends and families all over the United States and Europe. Well, that's what I said 20 years ago, and I said again after my release, that Dimona is very old. Dimona nuclear reactor built in the 60s, and still working until now, 2006, it's about 46 years. Usually every reactor is for 25 to 30 years, and this reactor is 45 years old. And more important is this reactor have never been inspected by international inspectors. The nuclear energy agency from Vienna is not allowed to come here because Israel didn't sign the NPT treaty, non-proliferation treaty, while all the Arab states from Egypt to Syria to Iraq, Iran, every state signed the NPT treaty, and the authorities from the organization of Mohammed al-Baradei can come and visit their state and inspect their nuclear facilities. Israel denied this, and no one knows what is happening in Israel. So I said, and saying again, this reactor is very old, it is linking, and there was a report about Israel giving pills against cancer to citizens around Dimona. There is a report about radioactive materials was buried near Hebron, and damage of leukemia around that place, damage and suffering of other cancers in the nuclear reactor. 100 workers from Dimona went to the court suing the government to receive compensation for their nuclear damages. Sadly, these workers didn't say what they are doing, why they suffered leukemia from that work, and the court didn't give them anything. So we I'm calling again to the world and to the international community to demand from Israel to open the Muna for inspection. Especially I'm calling Jordan, because Jordan is very close to this reactor, about 10 miles from the border of Jordan. If any damage is there, if any harm, nuclear, radioactive contamination coming from that reactor is going to damage also the Jordan. I also said many times that while I was working in this reactor, they used to work and produce only when the air flew toward Jordan, when the pollution going toward Jordan. And these Jordan have the right to demand from Israel to know what they are doing there and what is the dangers to the people in Jordan, because they are very, very close, 10 miles from the reactor. They have the right to know what Israel is doing there. So we, the people, want to know and want Israel to open it for inspection. Yes, about this case of Microsoft, it was revealed in the last meeting in the court. My lawyer questioned the policeman, and he revealed to the court that the police went to the court and telling the court, the judge, that I'm suspected with spying activity. And according to these charges of spy activity, the judge trusted the police and believed them. And the police asked the judge to give them the right to go to my internet account, email. And the police sit and wrote letters to Microsoft in Washington, United States, asking them to give them information about my email, Hotmail account. And they give them my email address, my IP, and my password. Not sure about the password, but they asked about the password. The police didn't say he don't remember if they give it to them or not. So that is the Israel again cheating foreign state, United States, big company, free company, internet, entering to this field with lies about spy activity, state security, and going inside this private life, in intervening and following and reading my emails. But the judge also decided he will not accept the internet papers because they have no right to go to them. But we saw in this case how the Israelis using their power, lies, cheating to achieve whatever they want, even inside the United States. Very, very bad. And I hope someone in the United States, in Washington, in the Congress, Senate will wake up and start realize and say the truth about what's going here with this state Israel. The Israel state had gone beyond any explanation, any understanding. They have 200 atomic weapons, very small state, 5 million Jews become crazy, mad, producing so much atomic weapons, hydrogen bomb. They want to blow all the world. The Israel answer is they raised and accusing the world with terrorism, Palestinian Arabs, condemnation them as a terrorist, and in pushing the Palestinians toward terror, as we saw the last 5 years, second intifada, many bombs, suicide bombers. And now the Israelis also hope they are going to succeed by the Hamas become the government of Palestine. They hope the world will regard them as terrorists. But my view, all the world are wake up from this Israel propaganda, and the world will not buy anything. But Israel is saying that the Palestinians are receiving the respect, and they are suffering too much, that the world know how much they need to be free, to end the occupation, to receive the right. So the world now cannot continue to follow the Israeli system, and the world are demanding from Israel to do much more for real peace. It's not enough all the time to believe, trust what Israel is accusing the Palestinian, the Arab, Muslim. The world now realizing that the real terrorism is the Israel occupation. The occupation is the real terrorism. People are living under terror regime of occupation for 40 years. People cannot survive, cannot stay. Any state who are or any society, any community who are under occupation cannot accept it. They want to be free. People born free want to enjoy freedom, want liberty. That's what the Israelis should understand now. And they think they started by pulling out from Gaza, And I hope now they can continue pull out from the West Bank, and next time they will bring down the wall and let the Palestinians have their own state and govern and freedom and liberty. So my view, the future is going to be toward the world understanding the right of the Palestinians and demanding from the Israelis to start doing something for real peace, not enough propaganda.